Hello everyone, welcome back, or welcome me back. They just can't get enough of me over at that place. And when I come home I can't get enough of my bed. But here I am. Today is Saturday, the 17th. And we're ready to hit the halls again, I guess. This is going to be an experiment run. The experiment is, does emptiness count in terms of get me massive coinage with hailstorms? I expect the answer to alarm me. You know, like, yes. Let's check. Look! It doesn't! In other words, I am wasting 2 periods on stuff I could be using for something much better. Aiga! No! No, Desk Spider! No! Leave me alone, Sherman! I like your name, but leave me alone! Oh my gosh, I'm rolling into everything. A fedora? How useless! No! Let's get where the chalk cloud ends. And I'm doing it because I want to get memory rooms for money. And or an extra guy on every floor. Oh geez. Now, you'll note that with emptiness and hailstorms, I unfortunately did not have any room, unless I wanted to get rid of mud, which no, for hard mode. Small rooms. I hate small area. Oh dear Lord goodness, he summoned everything in the world and still nope. Yeah, that sucks. I guess they only drop coins if the chalk cloud kills them. Bye, obsolete operator. You were kind of useless. I'm going to go to the cafeteria because I really don't want to go to a too small area. Without vistas, things are small enough. By the way, I'm just going to do that because I have no reason not to do anything like that. And I forgot to grab that extra juice box at the end of the last floor because I couldn't grab it, you know? I should have come back and grabbed it. Anyway. Hey everybody! Let's talk about things. Yeah, Mr. Clock. Of course my brain is on malfunction mode. Why wouldn't it be? The jungle gym. I got move speed up. I can afford to lose some for tokens. Here's some cookies. Nom 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 nom. Hit. Anyway, I was thinking earlier today of items. Items that our Darker Purpose kinda needs. Why does it need these items? Because it doesn't have enough of these types of items. And I'm talking about use items. Use damaging items, I guess, if I want to get very specific. I wouldn't mind an update of just items, because we need those. I mean, of all the items that I don't have, the only one is really the Bloodfather's Claw. I can't get the last other one. That was a donation item, I believe, for the Kickstarter. It's a cash register, and when you pick it up, I believe you get 42 tokens. You know what's really bad about Emptiness doing all that is the fact that I don't even get a chance to have the clouds touch the guys. So Hailstorm is being completely blocked out. I didn't get a memory room this floor. Kind of annoying. Not totally unexpected. Cauldron of Yesterdays. I suppose I got an apple experiment, so I'm not too worried. And I'm not really not worried because this is normal. Oh god, come on, I hit him. Sometimes the hitboxes on these things are just insane. The Cauldron of Yesterdays is kind of weird in the sense of the reason he goes down is because he's programmed to at like certain percentages of health, but he only does it 4 times. They only set him to do it 4 times. After the 4th time, or maybe even the 3rd, he will never do it ever again. I'm pretty sure it's 4. Okay, they do count. I'm learning what an enemy is. Now you see the thing about the Emptiness, which it's kind of a bug, and I hope they are still around, Avidly Wild Games being them who are, because one thing about Emptiness is it turns off the life bar of whoever you're against when you use it. Leaderless and too big. Well, we already know what one I don't want, so I'll take Hunger Pains. I'm fine with that. I'm on a very money kick right now. I am glad that that Emptiness gives you the experience at least from killing everything. It's very useful in the survival room, especially. Since those are the rooms where they have the most enemies. Let's try on the map again. If it weren't for the fact that it's so useful and I would be totally lost in some of these, I would keep the map off. Although maybe that would be something of a challenge, having the map off, because I would never know where I'm going. I'd be horrible at trying to get like 2x boss because he's somewhere and I missed him. Or I left him behind. I wouldn't know where I was going. Ooh, gold star. By the way, level 4? Okay. Okay, So I use the Apple experiment there to figure out if they're jacks when they toss them, before they hit the ground, by the way, or projectiles. Nope. They're still considered environment. The hall pass is working out well, but there's no reason it shouldn't, I suppose. Ooh. Could you fires disappear? Thanks. Okay. Now this may just be me thinking about it, but I think in hard mode your light radius is reduced too. Because it's a lot harder to get through mazes in hard mode. Hello, Garbaman. So now I have a natural 15% chance to dodge, on top of the 100% chance I have at the start of every room. Hey, I was gonna say floor. You know what? If they change the hall pass, if they nerf it to you get 100% dodge on the first attack per floor, one, they better make it not cost as much, and two, it really will suck. Although I keep saying change, and I'm like, well, until we hear back from them or hear of them again at some point in time, I can't really expect any change. I can just do hopes, I guess. You know, I hope this happens. I hope this gets nerfed. I hope this gets powered up. I hope yada yada. Anyway, back to the thing. The items that I had an idea for is I had an idea for a double Dutch rope. And it'd be a use item, and what it would do is it would swing around Cordy, like how the hands swing around when you get near them, and just hit everybody and go like doo-doo-doo-doo. Right? Right. Anyway, I got the sharp pointy gift for the reason of it not to appear later on. You notice that I'm ignoring getting juice boxes and stuff. I don't think highly of normal mode. Those bubbles, though, are really hard to see, the tiny ones. Anyway, Escher's Compass will help out a lot. It makes misses sometimes hits, and hits sometimes, well, hit more, I guess. Look at that, those small bubbles. Talk about your hitbox aiming. Alright, so I took where the chalk cloud ends, and there has yet to be one archivist. Not one. I don't like the room. Free chalk. I don't like the room. Well, let's see. Juice box is the darkness. Good. That arrow. I almost didn't see it. I was like, yay, coin! Whoop, arrow. Anyway, your guess is as good as mine, and my guess is candelabra. Sudsy. Well, Sudsy's good because I can do this. And neuter him. Basically. That's right. Who is the neuter dice dragon? You are. You are. Ah, he didn't like that. There. Anyway, I used up my free dodge in order to get that ice spike into him. I think it was worth it. It drove my point home. Fine, I'll stop making puns. I understand. Woundwort Dorm. That's right, I shot at him. Yeah, see? The globes are considered projectiles. Chairs? Not so much. Well, now I'm getting a lot of coinage, which is good. It's one of the things I want. They should cut the defense down on these chalk guys. Donation can. Also what I want. I want tokens. Should be 3 of them in this room. And I think I saw the Archivist still running up. Yeah, that's the only exit. Hit. Anyway, this is why I got where the chalk cloud ends mainly. Either extra items or extra coins. Or even juice boxes is what I really am going for. Maybe not how long it takes for the chair to get to you, but they sure increase the frequency at which they throw them. Okay, we're going to take a doctor's note and 1 juice box. So now we should heal 30. We needed the doctor's note mainly because... Let's see what's in here, huh? A potato battery. Good times. Good times. Those of you watching will note that I have used my last piece of chalk in that room, which really, I didn't really need to. You know? Ooh! Hey, by the way, did you see that that globe was going like the other direction first and then it suddenly turned around towards me? This is what happens when they throw before I enter the room. Okay? One juice box right there. Okay. Let's go get that juice box. I gotta lead these guys around in the mulberry bush. Where the monkeys chase the weasel. The monkey thought it was all in fun. Boom. Goes the monkey. See, he didn't see the landmine. That would be another great item, wouldn't it? A landmine for enemies that chase you around. God, there are enough of them. Doesn't even have to be an explosive landmine. It can just be like a, you know, a package of chocolate, chalk bomb. Something that you could leave behind so that an enemy could rush into. So this also a well-known Woundwort room. Many times hath I traveled. Usually though, it does have a leader in it. This one does not. I know it has 3 tokens in total. or 2 tokens at least, in the entire room, plus the juice box. It's a pretty well good stock room. No, it was 3. Remember not to doubt what I remember. Alright. Anyway. So ODP is going to be moved to 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week. Okay? These will usually fall on things like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule is what I'm going to try and aim for. With intermediary gaming in between. I might try streaming at one point in time. If I get a day off and I just have nothing to do that day, I'll just go like, hey guys, let's all hang out and watch me fail a couple dozen times. Woo! I won't really say that, but I'll imply it. I have 9. Let's go get that draught, because the doctor's note's kind of useless if you never get any of them. And there we go. Alright. So here we are, Fortress. I have no chalk, not that it matters. I mean, all I do is emptiness and blow up everything, which it'd be great. But I kind of don't want everything to blow up. I want to have some semblance of something after me. See what I mean about the whole, look at stream of bullets, not like the 5 just kaboom out of the eyes. Anyway, the big guy should be showing up soon. So I still hate the fact that the Apple experiment punishes your own projectiles as well as those of the enemies. I mean, it's the only item that also affects your projectiles when it does something bad to the enemy. The potato battery doesn't make my shots slower, as far as I've known. But Fortress Woundwort, I'll blow up all of its shots and I'll blow up half of mine. Anyway, let's get this. Come on. Let's try and reduce Woundwort down to not producing guys. Since we've got ways to deal with everything but people mainly. Oh, well, I should have saved that Apple experiment for 10 seconds. Or at least a second. Anyway, here comes a guy because that's the second globe since they already produced one. I do have the sharp pointy gift, so I shouldn't worry too much about when I go low on health. In fact, I should almost encourage myself to go low on health. But the sharp pointy gift doesn't seem to work unless you are incredibly low on health. And my max HP makes my health for sharp pointy gift really bad. If you have like if you were to regularly, and this is just regularly, okay, no frills, no bells, no whistles, have the hit points of non-renewables without it, which you can kind of try and figure out how that would work. It would require you to drink like all the juice as well as get all the life ups that you can while ignoring everything else. But anyway, if you were able to do that, the sharp pointing gift would be great because, I mean, look, there, the sharp pointing gift's doing 2. But I'm on so low that Goneril could have probably killed me just then. I noticed after I healed twice that the damage that she did was only 11. So, no, she would have knocked you to 2, stupid. But, you know, no. Look, she did 13 that time. I don't know why she only did 11 the first time she hit me. Anyway, Fortress gone, Goneril's turn. I really need something other than this apple experiment, like badly. The Van de Graaff device didn't sound too bad, but there was the doctor's note. Someone's a sore loser about their electricity. In all seriousness, most bosses don't seem to have like the patterny things like whoop, like most bosses do in other games. Like, can you tell me why she jumped instead of charging? Is it because I was close? Also, I feel it's very backwards now that they have Goneril do less damage the bigger she gets. I mean, she should do more the bigger she gets, right? Yeah. They're all dorms. There's underlit for extra experience, well stocked for extra thingamajigs, and power struggle. I'm gonna go well stocked. I'm more on a buying thing than anything else. Come on, you. Thank goodness. Oh, another memory room. Thank goodness. We need those tokens to have a chance at our well stocked rooms. I could get coins in punishment, but I'm not gonna, because what I'm doing is spending my coins, and I'm already getting a lot of damage up with Juice Boxes of Darkness. And now that I have 266 or 2666 types of juice, I'll be getting even more life. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Thank goodness for that hall pass. Anyway, I'll let them clear out the entire room because it looks funny. There we go. I have an entire clean room. Next time you need your room clean, just call over AP Magnificent. AP Magnificent and partners are not responsible for any destruction of property. Aga! More of them! But more coins, so, yeah. I'm fine with this. They've given me both coins and juice boxes. The things that I need when I need them. I kind of knew I was about to get hit. Not that second time, but that first time I did. They'd really trap you in that corner. Okay. Whoop. But yeah, you see how the arms swing around? See, it was like that, but with a jumper. I don't understand why those things are so loud on Yuna's computer. It really makes no sense that the chairs are that loud. I'd almost tell her to reinstall, but she's already got so much crap that she'd just lose all of her data. Alright, what do we got here? The candle, the rose. Nope, nothing in this one. When we find the other one, I'll make my decisions. Okay, yay, hall pass. The emblem! Alright, good. Good. On use avian assistance. Now, I really wish there was a way to have a trinket area, like a secondary use item-ish area, because then you could have Reagan's lunchbox and a use item, as opposed to just either having Reagan's lunchbox or a use item. You know what? I bet you I missed where he ran to. He probably ran to the right in that room, right underneath that other vending machine. And I missed it, and I'm gonna go back. And I have to go back because he's either coins, juice boxes, or himself, which either way, there be stuff and I need it. So let's hurry roll through these rooms, huh? Actually, let's try up. Okay, he did go that way. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't seeing things. He probably went this way. Now let's try up. Nope. To the right. He didn't go down. I tried that in this room. There you go. Left or right here. I'll try left on my way back. But I think he went into this wall. Haha! I apologize for going back for only one coin. I'm as disappointed as you are at my experience. I have 16 though, so if there's anything really good in any of these well-stocked devices, I will find it. Ooh, that was close. Second there, I almost didn't move fast enough. Alrighty. Let's get through here. Yep, I knew the other one would be over this way. A turtle, a blindfold, a piece of chalk, and a juice box. Well, we're going to buy a piece of chalk and a juice box. One of the great things about this well-stocked area is that I saw that it had a piece of chalk in both vending machines, which will be useful for refilling emptiness since we haven't got chalk for a while. Or, if I want to, I can just go ahead and get the rose. Which I might just get the rose because the thorns damage helps out against a bunch of enemies. Yeah, I think I'll get the rose. Let's go. Guesses are the footstools, Virtuoso, and that's all my guesses. Footstools, Virtuoso. Those are my two picks for this fight. Ah, Sindar's Timekeeper. I was totally wrong on all accounts. Hey, let's see if we can find that spot again, huh? Let's go. Is it here? Nope. How about here? I'm going to stand right here and just wait. Yep, right there. It's the ultimate safe zone against Sindar's Timekeeper until he does this. I'm going to continue to make your clock look like an idiot until you update. Beep. Caw. Motherfucker. Caw. Alright, here comes the cogs that shoot fire again. On a side note, I have no reason to know why these things shoot fire. No given reason. Ever. I would really like for them to kind of make sense. Like, I suppose the reason they shoot fire is because it does the most damage and it comes in a straight line. Yeah. I mean, that's as good a reason as I can get. Anyway, he's dead because he's already used up both of his turns of the wheel for shooting fire at me, and now I'm just at the point where he's just going to make more and more cogs, and they can't hit this one spot right here. So we've got a bit, and we can just talk about it while he's sitting there helpless, getting shot in the face, looking at me wondering why aren't I trying to dodge and why aren't I moving. It's because I don't need to. I can't believe it was still the timekeeper. I didn't even think that he was an option for me to get on this floor. I mean, of course he's an option. You know, in the sense of he's something I could have fought. But I mean, I didn't think he'd be there. Anyway, we're gonna go to the pitch black floor. Now I saw there was a archivist, and I saw him go down. Let's try to the right. I don't know which way the archivist went, but he didn't come back, which means that this is the right direction for him to show me his lair. We'll call it the archivist's lair, not a memory room, because it sounds so much more sinister. Fire into the corners! Oh, you piece of crap. See what I mean, though, about the lunchbox? Okay, he went up. So I went the right way. There must be two of them down here, because there's no way it's just another special one and I just missed. Anyway, the lunchbox, the only thing I can think of to use it for is chalk right now. I have no other uses for it. And you want to know what the worst part is? My chalk doesn't need it. My chalk eliminates all enemies on the screen. I don't think you can make anything more powerful than instant death. I mean, in this game. I know some games that instant death is pretty harmless. A, because it either never works, or B, because you have so many lives. Why does it matter? Anyway, we found the boss. I saw the guy run to the right. Which is another room. So we know we haven't found him yet. Up. That is his room. Okay. Which means to the right is most likely she sat on me. But anyway, to the right is most likely the Elgatarian device. Anyway, there are 4 tokens I have to get. 2 there and 2 down here. This is just a room with tokens and fire. That's all it was. What a rip. Did it show him for a second and then he was gone? Maybe the pitch black was messing with him, right? Oh, 1 juice box. Mine. Thank you. I can't believe we didn't find the egalitarian device that direction. I was almost proof positive that it would definitely be near him. There we go. Alright, let's keep searching. And it's not that I poo-poo on Regan's lunchbox right now, it's just there are so many better things I can get at this moment. And, you know, non-basic attacks, increased power. I need you to tell me what my non-basic attack is. It's that. And Regan's lunchbox, as I said, takes up that slot. If it didn't, if it was like a passive, hell yeah, I'd get it. Alright, there. This is the device for this floor. I'm not going to get Ghostly Marble. Well, maybe I will. Yeah, it's an okay item. I like it. I like the penetration thing. It's just when enemies are on top of each other, you hit both of them at the same time anyway. And when you get the penetration, it makes it so the enemies, the stopping power you used to have, like knocking them back a little, disappears. Now I'm pretty sure that's because if you were allowed to still push them backwards, it would continually, well, I guess it pushes them back a little, but it doesn't seem to do as much. And I like hearing that impact of poof, poof, you know. Anyway, still no to the lunchbox. It's here, but I don't want it. That's why I thought it would be passive. You know, you can have that be passive and Goneril's Mallet be the active ingredient. Hello, footstools. You're here because you would be the worst thing to fight in a dark room. So why not? Anyway, by standing close enough to him, I'm hoping that he also takes some damage from my Trap Stem Rose. This does not seem to be the case. There are a couple enemies you can do that ploy with, like some Harmless Markings. You can do that with her, because if you stand next to the painting she's in and you have the Trap Stem Rose, it actually hurts her. There's his head. Okay. I just had to follow it somewhat. Hello, cat. My cat has come to see what I'm doing. He is a very curious feline. Always sniffing about things. He's the bell that you hear in the background most of the time. Alright, we're at Regan's Terrace. I'm going to do 100 years of orphan food and start gaining my life back that I lost earlier due to tokens. Yeah, due to being greedy, I lost a lot of life. But I was able to survive enough or long enough on that low life that I made a profit. Both literally and figuratively a profit. Well, maybe not figuratively. Unless you count figures as math. Whoop. So Special K here is always one of the things that whenever I get to Regan's Terrace, if I find it, it pisses me off. And you gotta think, it's not that bad. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a combination of the balls and the fire, and the fact he can appear inside crap. Alright, good, we have a weeping plant. Good. That will help. That synergizes very well with our hall pass. If we don't waste our hall pass, you know, on brambles. I think I said this last time that I used emptiness in my last run in hard mode, but I really kind of wish that emptiness would affect projectiles. Okay, we're low enough that the sharp pointy gift is firing 2 shots when we pause. My range isn't good enough to exploit this to its fullest. If I had the Sextant, I'd have a lot more fun right now. The Sextant adds a whole extra... It doubles your range, basically. And with Escher's Compass, you don't even have to worry about the random direction it shoots in. You're just like, go that way. I'm trying not to heal right now, not just because I have the 2 shots, but because I only have 2 juice boxes and this is Regan's floor. I don't know how many juice boxes I'm going to be allowed to have at the end of the floor. Alright. Let's see. Now the 2 ways I usually beat Regan is when either Method A, a lot of juice boxes. Method B, a lot of damage. Or Method C, C is for chalk. If you have 7 pieces of chalk about, okay? And you can do it with art and buy chalk whenever there's nothing else worth it in the shops. There's ways to get 7 pieces of chalk. Anyway, 7 pieces of chalk will usually do in Regan. I don't mean only 7 pieces of chalk, that's silly. I mean you're doing your actual firing and moving and everything like that, and you have 7 pieces of chalk. If you make all those chalk hits count, like to do the maximum of, I believe, 3 hits per chalk cloud to Regan, if not 4, she'll go down, usually. Counter Mine Choco really helps out with that. The double damage from offensive chalk attacks is sweet. I mean, your chalk already does basically double your damage. It's a crit. And when your chalk crits, it's a crit of a crit. So, a double damage and a crit is just, oh my god, they're dead. I think I've had my chalk do upwards of thousands. Not on sensitive floors. I'm trying to kill all these plants up here first. Then I'll worry about the plants down there that were shooting at me. There's Reagan's door. That must mean that the egalitarian device is in that door. Nope, not yet. It's not even here. Just a bunch of shadow droppers. I know I've been toting about new layouts and stuff. This isn't new, except maybe it is in the fact that I've never seen it. Okay, I've never seen layouts, you know. Even the multiple times I've beaten the game, not every layout gets used. There are still some where I go, oh my god, where am I and what is this? Like the survive room full of roses. First time I went in that, I was like, oh my god, what is this and why? Anyway. There's only one other direction we can go, so... Whoop! And now I have too many hit points, so I'm only firing one shot. There we go. Yay, free juice box. We'll add it to the collection that I need to have. Alright. Well, that was easy enough. That was like the easiest what are you gonna do place I've ever seen. And with that in mind, we might beat Reagan. I don't have criticism, so my crits aren't fantastic, but they're good. They're good enough. So we're going to always hit her for 200 and some until she does way too much damage to us. And the birds are going to try and help, but they're usually going to not. My avian alliance isn't the best. However, I do like the fact that Reagan is losing, if not... I mean, it's visible. And that's not something you can say often, right? She's losing a visible amount of hit points. Was that the fire? Something hit me for 13 and it was probably the fire. Oh, goodness. Because the ice only hit me for 8. There are things I know, and that's that ice only hits for 8. I think it was the fire that hit me for 13. Oh my god, I was hoping that would send her to phase 3, just so I could be in a better spot at the moment in terms of the fire. The fire gets really easy to dodge in phase 3. I mean, it's laughable. Okay. The ice, not so much. Well, you know, it depends on what you have. And this potato battery definitely makes Reagan a lot easier because of all the projectiles. You won't feel like you're in such a shmup. For those who don't know, shmup is shoot 'em up. And I've lost my fragile glassware, but look how far down she is. That, I don't care if it cost me 12 tokens. It was a well worth it venture. It's also the reason I didn't get coins and punishment. I knew I'd be buying something later. If not at Reagan, for Reagan. Falls over. And a D. Well, that's nothing new. Wealthy, leaderless, sensitive, sensitive. Without the fragile glassware, we'll go to sensitive room so I can hopefully deal with this. I just hope that I haven't signed my own death by entering into this area. I think Reagan should give you more than the standard 1,000 experience, like maybe even 3,000 or something, because it's Reagan and she's crazy. Excuse me. Readjusting myself. Oh, look who came to visit me. Someone who I don't need. Well, he brought presents. He comes bearing gifts, apparently. A knapsack. It did say donated, so... Huh. You know what? There's another item I was thinking of. An answer sheet. Like, you know how teachers have the teacher's edition? And what this would do is the answer sheet would tell you, not on all enemies, just on bosses, their hit point total. It would have numbers instead of just a line. You know, because teacher's editions with all the answers in the back. The funniest thing was always my math books. Math books, for some reason at my school, had the answers to every odd number question in the back. I don't get it. Why every odd number? They weren't even teacher's editions, they were the student editions, and I remember when I first found out that they had the answers in the back, I was like, well, this is silly. the whole thing is you're supposed to check yourself against the answer in the back, but how many people do you think check themselves against the answer in the back? And how many do you think just copied the answer in the back? The only defense my teachers had against this was the show your work policy. After all, if you got that answer, you have to be able to show your work, right? Although sometimes... Excuse me. Sometimes we'd have substitutes, and they don't know the policy. And they'd just be like, hand in your work, and we'd all hand in this sheet full of answers, and that's it. And it's like, yep, there we go. I never understood why they had the answers in the back. That's kind of like, I feel like things for kids have gotten really lazy. And by kids, I'm not referring to like a teenager, like 11 or anything. I'm referring to anybody younger than that. Okay? Like anyone age 10 or below. We're like, have you seen those mazes? You remember the maze placemats you used to get at places? Mainly restaurants. And then you'd have to solve the maze, or it'd have questions, and you solved the questions, and you felt so smart knowing that the answer to what color is an orange is orange. And now they just print the answers like on the exact same page, upside down. I've had some things that aren't even printed upside down, and I've just been like, you're taking all the fun out of people trying to do activities. Why do you have the answers right side up, right there in the lower left-hand corner? Even for things like crosswords and whatnot, you know? Although, with crosswords, sometimes you don't know what that word is. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Oh, why have you forsaken me? Well, I killed as many of them as I could. It was a turtle. I did all that for a turtle. You better be the greatest turtle in the world. The 10% resist? Okay, you're pretty okay. Pretty good. Anyway. We only have enough for one, a juice box or the draught, and I'm going to get the juice box. The draught, tempting, will not actually heal us, while the juice box will. The brick pile. Okay. So I've already done the brick piles thing. That's how I got sugars. It was really hard because he kept doing the bug out thing where he'd move even though he's not supposed to. Also, when he falls down, he regains health anyway. Like, if you're doing way too much damage to him and he falls down, that's cheating. He regains health up to a certain point, you know, because you're only supposed to knock him down. He's supposed to be knocked down at, like, I guess 3/4, 1/4, or 1/3, and then that's it, right? Or he gets knocked down 3 times, maybe. Yeah, 3/4, a half, and a quarter. Alright. I can understand this. Okay. What I can't understand is right there how I missed. I will never understand that. But, like the Cauldron of Yesterdayers, after he gets done doing it those 3 times, he'll never fall down again. He could be healed all the way back up to full, and he'll never fall down again. My only annoyance with this, though, is like if you do a ton of damage, and then all of a sudden he falls apart, and he comes back, and he's actually been healed without any of these things getting to him. just because of the fact that he's not allowed to be below X number of hit points when he explodes. And sometimes you're hitting him while he's doing that, while he's like, ooh, swinging his arm around, and hey, it's not my fault that you're vulnerable then. Just take your licks like a good boy. Pitch black or too big? I'm going to go pitch black again. It's a pitch black terrace, which means that I can see everything. This is why I went. Terraces are not allowed to be dark. They aren't. They're just too bright. Oh, goodness. My legs keep falling asleep on me. Sitting in this cross-legged position here. Whoop. Now look, see, I understand he shut off the lights. But, I mean, as a rule, terraces cannot be as dark as they want them to be. Whoop. Milton the Melting, okay. Well, we're going to get rid of Milton by continually forcing him to duck down so that he is going to remove himself from the fight. The Shadow Droppers are meant to be annoying, but they're also pretty coward in the sense that they run away from every single attack that comes their way. Whoop! See? And if you keep attacking them, they actually get stuck in this little, we can only shoot basically once every couple turns. Especially with slow. He's really screwed now. Right, Milton? Oh, the crab. 25% resist now. I just need a lobster and I'll have 50%. With my hitchhiker and the discount here, things should be pretty cheap. I don't know how cheap. I think it's 50% with pitch black, and I'm taking 42%. And those aren't going to add. I'm thinking that what's going to happen is I'm going to have 50% and then 42 of whatever 50% is. If not 42% and then 50% of whatever 42% is. Either way, really cheap crap. I should have 2 shots by now. I'm glad I got the sharp pointy gift in a way. After I got all these health ups, it really helps. Do I have that fedora too? Yeah, so technically my health, I take less damage and I do more at low health. Because I hit more often with double shots. And they do less because of the fedora. I had to hide in the corner. So anyway, whoop. There we go. I really need that next level up. I'm hoping that there's a better bug collection on this floor so I can get near the level up and then buy it. Boom. I really think there should be some things their shield can't block, crows being one of those. Ah, a shoddily copied coin. I now have an actual chalk. That was marvelous, and it would have been great if it would have been there before I went in that room. Anyway, I did have to drink, and my mouse got moved. Oh no! Get out of here, mouse! No, I want to be in the video! No! I said no. Stupid mouse cursor. You can be in the video when I'm playing something that uses the cursor and needs it to be around. Like The Sims. Or something. I'd probably have to record The Sims at a lower quality though, because sometimes I really get really slow down from stuff like that. You know, the whole point of a pitch black floor is to find the place that sells things and buy things from it. And so far, nope. So that is going to work out well, because when the shallowly copied coin makes them drop coin and a chalk cloud, it does an emptiness. We're learning a lot about emptiness, like how it only works when I hit R. It doesn't work with hailstorms. And that it's uber powerful in the sense of clearing a big room. Like this room I hate, but I'm not going to use emptiness because I'm saving it for other rooms I hate more. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go up because... Oh wait, he died because I resisted. Thank goodness. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Yay. Come on. Hound of Eraserbills is probably what I'm going to get. Where the child things are is nice, but I don't need it right now. I would like more chalk. Alright, so anyway, I'm building up quite the armada of things for people to drop. I'm trying to power up my attack as much as I can. Unselling Concoction. All enemies become light sources, and 1, 2 of those. There we go. Now, the reason for the all enemies becoming light sources thing is for the library. You're not allowed to really pick and choose what library we want, so if we get a pitch black library, I do not want to be stuck in the dark technically. This pitch black terrace, as already stated, terraces can't be dark. Underlit terraces are even funnier. But pitch black, ever since they added it, is probably the funniest of things that terraces can have. Anyway, it's time for the boss. I bought enough potion, and I have a chalk, which I'll use probably in the next floor, actually. It's the Winged Overseer. You know how annoying this would be if this was a pitch black actually room? This would be like 10 shades of death. By the way, I can summon crows too. Anyway, we're low on health, so we'll be shooting twice now. So he produces 2 on every pass by right now. If they get near us, they get hit with our good trap stem rose. The Fedora seems to be acting weird because it doesn't seem to be reducing the damage by that. Well, actually it is. Ignore me, I'm stupid. The Fedora is actually reducing damage. It reduces it by 25%, not to 25%. I'm dumb. So whenever he hits me for 12, that's the Fedora. That's the Fedora's damage reduction kicking in. Because 14 is what he normally hits for. Okay, anyway, you need to try and do this. Now, I apologize to everybody. He's hitting for 16 now. But anyway, I apologize to everybody who's watching me because I got really far, but I'm about to do something really stupid. 10 or more small birds alive. It's so hard for me to get 10 birds still alive. Look at me dodge this thing. Right? And then they hit me because I have a trap stem rose. Where is he? It's also the constant wind. He charged me. He charged me! It's a too small and it's my carrying friends and I don't even have a... I was like, and I didn't look at who the boss was, and I'm like, really? I thought I could look at who the boss was? Well, I kind of did. Anyway, the Winged Overseer's Revenge ability, it sounds good. I'd love to try and get it someday. Someday when the 10 birds he makes are okay. Like, the stars must be aligned. They have to be. Because... he doesn't like those 10 birds at me. Anyway, let's see. The Archivist went down. I don't know which way he went in this room. It was too dark. He probably went down again. If I'm to guess with the way that he just left this room. Now these guys make their own light sources when they fire the fire, but I'm glad I still have that heedless headlamp. So, the Archivist is not this direction at all. He's this way, actually. Now, notice that the fire-breathing statuettes are not considered enemies. But the brambles are in the terrace. Okay. So, here's the shadow. Even the Shadow's attack is considered an enemy. We are learning a lot about what is and what is not an enemy. Anyway, he went right again. He went up this time. These horrors, which is what I'm going to call those guys, because that's all I can think of to call them at the moment. They're pretty awesome. They remind me they're very Cthulhu-esque. Of course, it'll be here. Really? Better be a juice box. Nope. Who? The fact that they put confusion gas right into the door, like right when I go in, I'm going to get confused. That is the truth of that room. Is the second you enter, you are confused. By the way, I'm probably going to die in the next room. Unless it's one of these. Well, that saved my bacon. I like my bacon saved. After all, it's mine. I even forgot that I still had a explodey chalk thing. Bloodfather. Okay. Hey, should we try? The last time I tried to get the Bloodfather's thing, I screwed up really bad. Really, really bad. Like, worse than you could ever think to screw up. Anyway, he does 11, and his cone, staying away from him isn't really that good, because his cone goes out so much that it's going to hit me if I go away from him too much. But then again, I'm also very low on health and have no way to actually heal myself. So when he does his one thing, which he should be doing any second now, I'm going to die. Well, it looked like I was going to die earlier than I previously predicted. You know, having that heedless headlamp is telling me where all the bats are is really funny. I mean, seeing just all these little light sources everywhere. Oh, he killed me. But yeah, seeing all those little light sources was great. Oh no, it's going to just have me stuck there, crawling out of the pool of blood until it shows up that I have to leave now. Anyway, I got farther than I thought, especially for coming back after such a while. And sorry, especially for wasting 2 class periods that I could have used on something so much better than hailstorms. Oh, come on. Anyway, so that's gonna call it for today's episode. I don't work tomorrow, so I'm gonna think of something special to do. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all for coming around and watching us here at our Darker Purposes VayNexus videos. And I'll see you all later. Bye!